part of what I would certainly recommend is that you join an organization like Ding Buy Local, which is working to do just what you're talking about. But, you know, a large part of this is education, and just allowing consumers and customers to understand that when they purchase something, they are actually voting with their purchase. And when they purchase something locally, the money circulates around the economy anywhere from 3 to 5 times around the local economy, whereas if they purchase something, obviously if they purchase something on the web, it's not circulating here at all, it's going right out of the community. So, you know, part of it is education, and I think also part of it is allowing people to, making sure that when people walk in your business, they have a good experience that is vastly different from the experience they would have either purchasing from a large box store or purchasing on the internet. You want to make sure that they're getting good service, they're getting friendly service, and that they understand, you know, as with Room of One's Own, I can order any book I want. In fact, you know, I send her an email and get the book I want. And certainly sending an email to a large box store, I'm not going to get that kind of service, and I'm not going to get somebody writing back and saying, oh, if you like this book, maybe you'll like this book. So that's the kind of experience you want to make sure people have, and that in combination with educating them to the true cost of, you know, shaving off $1 or $2 by buying something on the internet, I think really helps them make educated choices.
I'd just like to put in a plug also for the work of design and advertising or communications professional, because you do need to invest something in constructing an image and communicating the image of your company that communicates the benefits and attributes that you want. Good design and the help of a good advertising professional, even in a small way, to design that one web page or an ad that conveys that warmth, that local presence that is different from your big box competitor, I think is quite important. I've always admired, I think Ian's does a great job in its marketing and its positioning. It knows its market and communicates itself in a way that's very appealing and connected to its customer. So I think those things matter, not just the telling about your attributes, but the showing of it in ways that maybe aren't communicated through words. Secondly, I go back to the idea of partnership. If you are at and a part of an event or an organization that your customers value, local businesses tend to donate and support local causes, get involved in local events somehow, even if it's inexpensively, like Ian's strategy for the block party. That not just marketed to the customer, but it conveyed a partnership to the customer. We're part of this local event that you like, and we're helping make it more fun for you. That's a way to add value. The third way is in terms of connecting with the social media that Sandy brought up. There's a way that you can try and help your loyal customers become your evangelists, even if you don't necessarily have time to set up a blog or create a big new media or social media presence. You can directly ask your customers who love you, can you please put me on your Facebook wall? Can you post this event on your Facebook wall for us? Or figure out some benefit that they might receive by doing that. That's a way to help them become your evangelists.
There's a book out there called Differentiate or Die. It's a little harsh, but I've known a couple people have read it and they said it's absolutely fantastic. I do just want to piggyback and add one quick thing to what Mary said, is that I've found in our marketing efforts as a small business that we've had greater success. We've really tried to add like a personal touch, or our messages come from us. When we first opened, I would put up just a simple poster on our window. It wasn't anything fancy. Essentially, it was a couple paragraphs that just were talked about what we were doing or the things that we were into. And I'd always sign it off with my name, or my name and staff, that kind of thing. And And a lot of people read it and they responded to it and they liked it. As we got bigger, we got away from that and kind of a belated glimpse of the obvious last year. I said, we got to get back to that. And now I'm trying to encourage not only me, but a lot of our other staff. In fact, if you go to our website, every month there is like a letter from Ian, and there's a letter from some of our other staff, Cindy, who's in charge of developing all of our food specials. She writes about what's going on that month, what farmers we're partnering with. And again, I think how you can separate yourself from the big box stores is by presenting who you are.
When they say buy local, they oftentimes communicate it's the economic value, keeping the money in the community. But I wonder if what Dane County buy local should appeal to is buy local and you help homelessness, you help school-aged children, maybe partnering with United Way or something because I think it's easy to lose the importance of it. Okay, so keep money in the economy, but I'm so broke, what am I going to do? But if somehow you can connect buy local with these causes that people care about deeply in our community, you might find that you draw more people into the buy local movement.
And many of you were involved in it. I mean, even, how many times you go into a local business and there's just a little, money picked in on the counter that says, whatever, some local organization that person is involved in, and you stick some money in there.
First off, I think, customer appreciation really has to start with, staff training. And that for us, it's a challenge because a lot of our staff are young, they're college students. But, one of the things that I've been kind of harping on the last couple of months is for our staff to really try to get to know customer names and to develop personal relationships. So for example, if you're working a Monday afternoon shift, odds are you probably start seeing some of the same faces coming in during your shift. So, hey, ask the person, hey, how you doing? I see you coming here a couple of times. What's your name? And by developing those personal relationships, we can then try to get our staff to then show appreciation for the customer in numerous ways, big and small. One of the things that I've done is sometimes, say we're running late in an order and somebody parks in front of our store, is to give them a couple of quarters to feed their meter. One of the things that graduation coming up, parking is kind of a nightmare around us. So one of the things we've done is if you get a parking ticket, bring it in, you get a free slice. We have a customer appreciation day where we kind of knock off the price of our slices. This past December, we had to raise the price of our slices, primarily because our food costs are going up. And for me, anytime I have to raise our prices, I'm kind of like in a white knuckling situation. It's just like, I really don't like it. But what we decided to do, or the idea that kind of came to me, which I was able to kind of spread around, was that with our frequent buyer card, so some of you may have this card, if you buy 10 slices, you get the 11th free. We didn't want to kind of impact our most frequent customers. So what we decided to do is actually to, instead of having to get 10 slices, we decided to lower the bar, so now you only have to get 9. Ultimately, I think it's forging those personal relationships that kind of opens the way towards really showing appreciation for our customers.
Let's thank our panelists with a round of applause, please. I also want to thank our sponsors, Edgewood College, the Overture Center, Fresco Catering, Home Savings Bank, Design Craft Advertising, Madison Central Bid District, Dane Buy Local, and Istis Publishing.